Going on, guys? Brandon here for November 21st subscriptions talk. Look at that. I knew the date. But, probably going to break this up into two parts because, once again, I'm hammered with books. I guess it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem for videos nonetheless. I know how much I hate watching hour-long videos or whatnot, so I'll try to make, two okay length videos, I guess. But I guess we'll hop right into this with Blue Beetle number 14, which was my least favorite book of the week. Not liking the story. I thought last issue I was just bitter that it was ending, because I learned it was ending. But now I'm glad it's ending, because if this is where it was going, I'm not excited about it. I mean, I would like to see the Blue Beetle armor itself being explored in different aspects of that, but that's the only good thing I got out of this. Jamie and the man who helped him, I don't know if it's a man, I don't know what sex the person is, but helped him escape from Reach World, are going to Scarab World to destroy it, I guess. Obviously it's not Jamie's idea. And the original man who wore the Scarab unit that Jamie has on is trying to get it back. They eventually destroy the planet, and Jamie hops up on a ship heading out, and his friend is stranded and blows up with it. And then it's shown that the guy trying to get the armor back is like hanging off of the back tail end of it. Whatever. I'm just not interested in it. I'm done with it. I'd drop it if it wasn't ending. That's a problem I have. If it's ending, I can't drop a book. Dark Avengers 183. Second half of the connecting cover from Dark Avengers 182. I hate the songbird on this cover. She has really short hair and it looks ridiculous. This is the last of the Thunderbolts, and that being, the actual Thunderbolts, not the Dark Avengers or anything. It seems like they finally weaned them out of the group, I guess you could say. So I have dropped this title. The only reason I was with it was because of the Thunderbolts. I don't really like any of these characters in the Dark Avengers. And, I mean, I don't really have much more to say about it either. I was kind of over this after it switched from Thunderbolts. I was never really a fan of this when they switched to Dark Avengers. But because it was still the Thunderbolts Adventures, I had to stick with it. But now that they're gone, I have no reason to stay with the book. Nothing else to say about that. Wonder Woman 14, I still have absolutely no idea what's going on. But it was a very fun read. And you can tell that it wasn't my least favorite book because it wasn't first, but it also wasn't my least favorite book because I was bitter about the other two. It was actually a fun read. I really enjoyed reading it, even though I pretty much had no idea what was going on. So hopefully I'll catch on at some point. If not, I guess I'll keep struggling through. I don't know. I'm not going to drop it, though. I'm a big Wonder Woman fan, so I just ripped through a bunch of these books. Wolverine 316. Another book that the storyline don't really care about, but I know it's ending. I don't know when. The cover's great here. I love these colors on this cover. The light green going into the yellow. Wolverine dons his old Wolverine costume on here. A team of his old lovers shows up to save him, and she throws him a suit, and he puts it on. It's like one of the old ones, like the one where he had made his first appearance, and it kind of looks like. And I mean, that was really fun. I like seeing things like that, but the story itself, I'm not feeling it, I'm not liking it. It's not really dragging me in. Although this face here, I don't know why, but it reminds me of Biggie. I don't know why, just saying it. I don't know, but it was okay. Iron Man number 2. Now, for the great reviews I had of Iron Man number 1, when I started reading this, I was reminded a lot of the Armor Wars, the original Armor Wars, and I was not happy about it. I mean, it's basically, as of right now, as of I see it, it's pretty much the same story. I mean, there might be a little more diplomacy involved, and yes, the world does know that Tony Stark is Iron Man now, so that can't happen. But it's just, it's too similar to me. I need to wait for 3 something has to happen to make that not even be in my head, because it's too close to Armor Wars for me right now. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it was an okay read, but if it's just a replica of Armor Wars to try to drag people in, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy at all. Supergirl number 14, the Hell on Earth storyline. I don't know if that's really how it's pronounced. It might be like hell or something, but I'm going with hell on Earth. And opens up, it shows Supergirl and Superman. They brought the dragon to that underground laboratory of the doctor. I can't remember her name right now, but she's kind of dissecting it and everything. And Supergirl, is hopeful that there were more things that escaped Krypton, and kind of segue into Hell. Confronts her and meets her. Although it's not a violent confrontation. When he meets her, he's like, "Hello, I'm also of the House of El, and I'm also a lost child of Krypton." And he captured Superboy because Superboy is the clone, and they supposedly know what clones do. So he said, he tried to prove that he was trustworthy by killing Superboy, but Supergirl said, "No, don't. We must talk to Superman first." And as she said that, he said, "Okay, we'll do that, and I'll give you this gift." And he granted her the ability to understand the Earth language, which is English. And he teleports her to outside of Clark's apartment, where she hears his voice, and walks in on her or on Lois and Clark, not Superman, not her cousin Superman, on Clark as secret identity. And that, it's just gonna play out more here. I wonder what part Lois is gonna play in this. It's gonna be an interesting story if Lois gets involved. Daredevil number 20, one of the most solid books that I've been reading. Wasn't that great for me this week. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. It was kind of predictable, but I like this cover with all these guns and everything. We left off where Daredevil was separated from his body. His head and his body were separated. Well, basically the story is he makes his way back to some portal. His body makes its way there without his head, because his body didn't see anything. And, eventually he gets out and throws the little collar thing onto Coyote or Spot or whatever he's called. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I'll reread it. But it wasn't as good as it's been for me. So, I'm really ripping through these. I might not have to make 2 videos. Fables number 123. This is the second part of the... I can't remember the name of the storyline, but it's part 2 of 2. And it's of the mysterious woman who tells the fates. And it opens up with the King of the Wolves talking to the turtle with the teacup on its back that holds an entire civilization, which is very interesting to me. And the turtle is telling the wolf of the mysterious woman doesn't just give down. She actually controls the destiny she gives, so she can take them back or whatnot. So then the wolf says, "Okay, I'll go confront her about it." As confronting her about it, she says, "I can't take yours back, but I can switch yours for this man's." And it was the one we learned of last book that she gave him immortality, pretty much. So, excuse me. So she switches their destinies, and the wolf's destiny was that in 3 days he would get his throat ripped out by a monster, and this was 3 days by the time he made it back there. When they switch their destinies, the man gets all mad and starts summoning all these monsters, and you're thinking, "Oh, what's going to happen here? This is not going to be true. It's not going to be true." But the wolf just destroys all these monsters. Just basically rips through them, and then, and then the wolf actually rips the man's throat. So he is actually the monster. So it all played out very well. It all sat into place. I really enjoyed it. Finished it up. I don't know what the next storyline is going to be though, so let's see how it works, because some of these are hit or miss for me. So we'll see. I'm not dropping Fable. There's no chance of that. Justice League number 14. Wow, this book was pretty incredible. Although I did wish for more of the cheetah soups to fight. Although it was kind of just real quick. Although I guess you can't let Superman fight without control of his body, or he'll pretty much destroy everything. But Cheetah's on the run, it starts out, and she's pretty much just taking apart the Justice League one by one. And that's because they don't have a plan. They're kind of just going after her. Eventually they have a plan, and then I think it's Wonder Woman ends up flipping Cheetah into the water where Aquaman is waiting, and obviously water Aquaman detains her. They learned from the tribe that the cheetah is actually a good thing, and it was what's her name? It was Barbara Minerva that corrupted the Cheetah, not the Cheetah that corrupted Barbara Minerva. And that makes Wonder Woman just question everything. She questions how she was her friend, how she didn't see it. And Supes helps her cope with that. He takes her out and shows her Smallville and shows her his house he grew up in, and says about how, this is what I fight for. There's another world outside of the Justice League, and you're always looking for the good, and there is good out there. But then it's shown that Batman is kind of watching them, and I'm not a fan of that. So I hope that comes to a head, and personally, I hope that Supes just kicks his ass. I mean, that's just me personally. I mean, if you watch my videos, you pretty much know my feelings on Batman, so I'm not going to go any further than that. But I'm going to stop this one here, and I'm going to start the next video. It will be point 1. I don't know what number it is. But it'll be point 1, and it will continue with the book, The Avengers 34. So, see you in a minute.